What is going on, my friends, and welcome back to another video here on the channel. Well, Pepe's price is getting absolutely beat up. I mean, I'm talking about 3-piece in a combo, kick down a stairwell beat up right now, and I want to give you a quick update on what is going on, whether or not this is rather concerning or not, and what I'm doing as a result of it. And so with that said, let's not waste any more time at all, and let's get straight into it. Now, guys, don't forget, if you do want to trade a little Pepe yourself and many other cryptos, Bitcoin, Solana, Sui, whatever you can think of for the most part, on all the way up to 500x leverage, although I highly recommend you don't go up to 500x leverage, you can check out the link to BTCC down below. Guys, if you sign up specifically with my link and on this landing page, they're going to give you a 10% bonus on all first-time deposits between $500 and $100,000. This means that if you deposit, say, $4,000, they're going to give you $400 back on the spot to start trading. If you turn that $400 into $1,000, you get to keep all the profit, no strings attached. You can withdraw it, reinvest it, do whatever you want with it. It's all yours. It's literally an opportunity to make free gains, and during a market like this, during dip days like this, that's a great opportunity because you never know when these dips are going to turn into beautiful green candles. And so feel free to go check that out down below. I think it's a great deal. I think the trading here on this platform is very, very good. I do a lot of it myself, so feel free to go check that out down below and take advantage of those literal free gains. So looking at Pepe, alrighty, let's talk about it. So Pepe was actually doing very good. Yesterday, hey, you see how the tide can shift, guys? Yesterday, we were very excited about what we were seeing from Pepe. We were talking about the breakout. We saw a back test. We saw the pump off the back test, the clearing of the high, and I told you the only thing that needs to happen now is that green box. You remember I told you the green box, because that green box gets very aggravating, and voila, here we are. The green box being annoying. What Pepe did, of course, was it back tested, it held support, used it, cleared it, broke through this high, right? Set its own new macro higher high, but failed to break the green box. Now, if you don't know why, the green box is quite simply just the 618 to 786 Fibonacci zone, which is one of the biggest zones of rejection that there is, quite simply. Whenever you look at your Fibonacci's, say, for example, you go swing high down to swing low, you can see here that it rests in our Fibonacci zone, 618-786 box. This is a zone where you can count on there being resistance. But when you can clear this green zone, boom, now we're looking good towards upside. But of course, Pepe was not able to do that. Now, I will let you guys know, I actually did release a class on the Fibonacci's over in the Discord server right down here. Tyler Hill Masterclass on the Fibonacci's. It's about 25 minutes long if you do want to learn how all this stuff works. And yeah, if you are somebody who is trying to just get better at this, maybe you're an advanced trader who is trying, or a technical analyst, leverage trader, whatever, who's trying to get better at this, or if you're a complete beginner to this whole crypto thing and you're someone who's just trying to get better at this and kind of navigate this market, especially on days like this where it's a little bit red, all I ask from you, just stick around towards the end of the video. At the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how you can get into this Discord server where you're going to get the things that I'm buying. You can see here I went on a buying spree this morning. You can see some of my thoughts and insights, some of the meme coins I'm investing to, whatever. We give daily technical analysis, daily fundamental analysis. We have professional traders giving their buy and sell signals, premium classes, live workshops, beginners courses, mini videos, and much more. And the community is going absolutely berserk. 700% gains, 290, 30, 90. I mean, you can see it yourself. And so if you do want to join this community, start getting in on some of these gains and just get better at crypto, again, all I ask, just stick around towards the end of the video. I'll go much more in depth about the server itself, okay? So stick around. Anywho, so that's kind of what we know. We got rejected off of the Fibonacci zone. We got rejected off the green box. And now it's leaving a lot of people wondering, well, what the hell happens now? Well, I'm in a pretty okay spot with what Pepe's doing right now as of now. Okay, now the reason why I say that is because what we are seeing from Pepe is quite simply called a backtest. What a backtest is that whenever a crypto breaks a major liquidity zone, let's say either resistance or support, but in this example, let's just say resistance, okay? A crypto is here, breaks by boom, 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 and then it goes back above it. What will oftentimes happen is there's a thing called a backtest, which is basically when you come back down to that zone you just broke out of and try to flip it from resistance into support. If you can successfully establish it as support, you're usually going to really be able to run to the upside. If you fail to hold it, though, things usually get very ugly, and this is usually considered to be called a fake out. When you fake out, it's not good, okay? You will typically see a continued butt whooping, a continued push down even more stairs, right? And so because of that, it's very important that in these moments where we get these back tests that we watch very, very closely. The thing about it is, though, in bull markets, back tests of structures like these are very common, and they are usually very successful. What that means is that typically speaking, unless something big and bad happens, you won't get a continued move like way back down here. That's not usually what would happen in a bull market like this. I would say it's about a 70% chance that Pepe's price does hold some support and try to maintain outside of this channel. So at this given point, I'm not very concerned quite yet. Now, another thing that kind of further incentivizes my lack of concern, I suppose, is what we we were seeing at the time of recording, right? The fact that we came back down to this channel and then we wicked back up. We got pushed back up. Now we have a little green candle forming. Will this last? I don't know. We might just start trending back downwards. But the fact that we are seeing the bulls now stepping in at this level is a good sign. Because you see how they didn't step in this candle. They surely kind of barely stepped in this candle, but they're really trying to step in right now. It's a good sign to show that they're willing to step in when it counts, and what counts is them holding above, right now, the price above 195 or 194, okay, this little level right here. And so because I am seeing the bull step in, I think that's a good sign. Let me pull up our indicators. What we can see here, let me just pull up the basics. Let's go RSI, let's go MACD. I think that'll be a good place to start here. What we can see here is that, let's first look at the RSI. So when we look at our RSI on the 4-hour charts, you can see that we are getting bullish divergence. The current 4-hour RSI is now setting a lower lows in comparison to, say, this one in comparison, but also to this one, for example. You know what, let's just focus on one to make it easy. Let's go this one to this one, lower low. Do you see though how the price itself is setting low, higher low? Now this isn't a confirmed bullish divergence because we have not established a true bottom yet, but once we do have a true bottom, and if we do have a true bottom, it is just going to go to show that this thing is resetting, and it's resetting fast. And the good part about that is whenever you can get these resets rather quickly, it's usually a good sign that the price is going to start to cool down and try to push, because now we're seeing the 4-hour RSI already below the 50% threshold. This quick, we already got below this level, and because of that, I do believe that the room of opportunity is opening for Pepe to be able to try to make that bounce that we want to see off of this back test. Now looking at the MACD, what we can see is a little bit more concerning, right? So this is the only real concern that I do have about this right now, and that is the fact that our 4-hour MACD is still, it just converged, like we just crossed, and we're still within the positive threshold, right? Generally speaking, whenever we see crosses like this and you're in a positive threshold, it's very easy for them to kind of tank it all the way into the negative threshold and then try to come back upwards, very similarly to what we had back here. And whenever we saw this cross happen back here, we were already in the negative threshold, and that's why I'm kind of like, you know, like, you know, and in this instance, whenever we saw it happen back here, we were only right here, which did lead us even further downwards. And so I guess in theory, what we could possibly see is something that happens in which we just do like this, and we continue a little bit lower like that, and then that would give us enough room towards the downside to allow that MACD to finish resetting. But there is even opportunity. I mean, there are so many times where we'll see just this happen, right, where it doesn't even really go negative and we just reverse back upwards. I mean, look right there, look right there, look right there. So it's happened a couple times. So it's not super concerning, but it is something where I'm like, that's something to pay attention to at least. And so because of that, where I am with Pepe is that I actually do think that this is a decent time. I did let the Discord server know earlier. Where are we at? Let's see. Let's go back down here. Just grab some Pepe on this juicy back test. If it holds, we're rocking and rolling. And if it fails, well, I guess we should hang on for dear life. And I told him I was doing a little bit of buying as we hit this channel right here over in the Discord server. And that's what I do plan on continuing to do. So right now, that's the game plan for me. I think this is just a back test. I think there's a very, very good chance that Pepe's price holds up here. And as we do continue to see this develop, as it does get more and more into this, I'll of course continue to update you and let you know what's going to happen. If you do want to do some buying right now, but you don't want to take any major risks, the best thing to do in my opinion is to do some purchasing here with some stop losses set in this channel. So like right now, I would set my stop loss around 192 roughly right here, and that because that gives us, it's a little bit below that liquidity, right? A little bit below. But of course, if we go like into tomorrow or something, I would obviously move it down because getting into this channel is going to be easier and easier because it is a descending channel. And so because of that, that's kind of my thought process. Yeah, man, I would say that. Like, I feel like this is a decent time to buy. I'm not really super scared of purchasing here. And again, I think typically during a bull market, getting back tests of macro structure like this and holding it is very common. And so I think we're in a pretty damn good spot. You got to remember, we did still set this higher high. So coming back down to set the higher low is totally okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And maybe we're setting some sort of, you know, cup and handle pattern or something. It's not going to be super effective because realistically, we're not at the bottom of the channel, right? We're kind of more towards the top of the channel. So setting in a cup and handle right here is not that effective, but it is worth noting at least. Maybe some sort of also, yeah, I mean, that's also a thought to consider, that this could very well be an inverse head and shoulders pattern. But all that we'll track that, of course, over the coming days and stuff. So stay tuned. But for now, more just focused on the fact that I think this is just a back test and it's not all that scary at all. Now, again, as I mentioned before, if you are somebody who's simply just trying to get better at this crypto stuff, from the most advanced to the most beginner, I do want you to check out the Discord server. Now, in order to get access to the Discord server, you have to go through the Patreon. It's the cost of a Netflix subscription or less, $17 a month or $5 a month. I think that's super affordable, but what you get access to is insane. You're going to get access to Insights with Tyler, which is my trades, not all of my trades, some of my buys, some of my sells, my thoughts, a lot of my dollar cost average moments and stuff like this. I gave them a 7-minute voice message the other day about how I plan on buying during the bull market, just random stuff. And you can stop and kind of read my thoughts and insights on all this stuff. There's daily technical analysis reports on all the cryptos we talk about here on the channel, daily fundamental analysis reports on the main market itself. We have 2 professional trade teams that post their buy and sell signals, their long and short signals on a daily basis throughout the business week itself, which is coming in handy, and a lot of people have been absolutely smashing the trades there. We have premium classes. So I told you about the one on the Fibonacci's. We also have 5 keys to bull market investing with me and Sam. There's a premium live workshop. We had our very first one yesterday with Crypto Atlas, who gave a full beginner's guide to XRP Ripple. We have beginner's courses. I have a technical analysis for beginner's course. It's 30 minutes long, comes with a 17-page presentation and 2 cheat sheets that I found that helped me out a lot. And of course, I have 4 more releasing. I have one tomorrow on leverage trading. I have one on fundamental analysis, one on meme coin investing, and one on altcoin investing, all releasing over the coming weeks. And then of course we have Tyler's tips, which are just little mini videos on random topics like Fibonacci settings, 6 websites I use, how to use an tour around TradingView and stuff like that. And nonetheless, the community, and as I mentioned before, the community is going absolutely berserk with the gains, 100%, 220, and you can see the gains just being printed by this community. It goes on and on and on and on and on, because people are learning and people are there and implementing strategies that we talk about, and they're just growing. And as a result of growth comes gains. So if you want to be one of the people who are making these gains, if you want to be one of the people who are learning at the rates that these people are learning, which is absolutely insane, go down to that link down below. It's the cost of a Netflix subscription or even cheaper. So if that does interest you, of course, go down below, go check that out. And don't forget, if you do want to start trading some Pepe today, you can use that BTCC link to get that 10% bonus on first time deposits. But as this does play out, I will continue to update you and let you know exactly what I'm seeing and exactly what I'm doing. But for now, I think we're pretty good. Not too concerned about it. And of course, time will tell. And so I hope you guys enjoy. I have about 4 or 5 more videos coming today, and possibly a live stream as well. So turn on those notifications when you do subscribe. Hit that like button so more people see this video, and I can't wait to see you all in the next one. Peace out, everybody.